Imagine living in a reality where all your dreams have come true. Where would you be? Would you be here watching this YouTube video? Or would you be on stage somewhere, performing to a crowd of tens of thousands of people? Would you be hiking the Appalachian Trail with your best friends from college? Or would you be huddled in the nook of some ancient library somewhere smelling the dusty books? Would you have kids? Would you have none? Would you be married? Would you be single? Would you have multiple partners? What would your dream life be? Think about that for a second. And then think about this. What if these things were already happening? What if they were already real? This is the many worlds theory of quantum mechanics. It's a real scientific theory that every path your life could possibly take, it's already taking, which is on one hand totally freeing and totally terrifying. As a fiction author, I've always been fascinated by the multiverse. Imagine all of the possibilities. If there were multiple worlds where multiple things could be happening, then what does that mean for our lives? But before recently, I hadn't thought about how the theory could help my life. I just thought it was cool. And then I read the book Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Dark Matter is exactly the kind of science fiction book that I love to read. I'll try not to spoil the story, but here's the gist of it for those of you who haven't read the book yet. Our main character, Jason Desson, is abducted from his reality and brought to a parallel universe where he learns that there are an infinite number of possibilities for his life, and each of his choices have led to a branching of the universe into a multiverse where he is living different lives. And he spends the book trying to get back to his reality. The book overall explores questions of identity, asserting that our identities are not fixed. And it does a pretty good job of making you think about your identity and what makes you you. This is what I love about science fiction, is that it makes us question how we live our lives. Even if this theory isn't true, even if it's been proven false in a couple years, it can still help us have a better life. Let's consider that the multiverse theory is true. That would mean that every decision we face splits our potential universes into an infinite number of possibilities. When we make our choices, we decide our reality. Every decision matters. Every decision decides our current reality. But when you think about it, that last part, that part where every decision affects our current reality, is fact. That's not theory. And if you understand that fact and can use it to your benefit, it can be extremely powerful. It's only 10:24 in the morning, and I have made thousands of decisions today, from snoozing my alarm this morning and missing my writing time to having eggs instead of oatmeal. It snowed overnight and I decided to shovel the driveway instead of watching TV, which I am somewhat regretting, but was the adult thing to do. I canceled a date at the library with a friend and built a snowman with my kid and ate some snow. That part I'm not regretting at all. These were all the choices I made in my day that decided my current reality. There is a reality in which I simply laid on the couch all day. There is a reality where I had a nanny and I was writing my book all day. Every single one of these actions in my day was a choice that I made. And I could have chosen different. I could have had oatmeal instead of eggs. I could have chosen to go sledding. And who knows what reality I would be in if I did that. But really, honestly, if I had made a different choice for those things, for those tiny things, not much would be different. Another book I read recently and I've been thinking about lately, and it's related, I swear, is called Everyday Vitality by Samantha Boardman. And I think everybody should read this book. It's really good. It's a great manual for how to live a better life. In it, she talks about how self-care is well and good and important, but it's being with others and doing good for others that matters. That's what really makes us feel fulfilled in life. And this is where I think the concept of the multiverse is super powerful. There are 1,000 versions of me that would like nothing else than to sit on the couch and binge watch Grey's Anatomy. But there are 1,000 more that chooses to go to that book club or that reading or that concert, that chooses to be with people, that chooses to be on that board of that nonprofit organization, even if it is torturous, that chooses to be with my kid instead of vegging out in front of the TV, that chooses to call a friend or grandma. There are 1,000 versions of me that chose to do this. And there are 1,000 versions of me that did not. I mean, I deal with a certain amount of social anxiety, and most of the time, right before I go to these things, I'm thinking like, I really just want to stay home. I'm tired. But if we circle back around to the multiverse and I ask myself, what possibility do I want to engender? It's the possibility where I am a vital being. That's what's important to me, and that helps me make my decisions. As I was thinking about this topic, the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was nominated for a boatload of Oscars. It's a darkly and richly hilarious movie, really different from anything we've seen in a long time, and I think everyone should watch it. In that movie, we see the main character, Evelyn. I don't think this is spoiling anything in particular. We see her as the worst possible version of herself. And by performing certain actions, she can reach out to other versions of herself in the multiverse and make herself more powerful. That movie deals a little bit with nihilism, which is an interesting topic to think of in relation to this. And it's so easy to go in that direction. It's so easy to go into the what ifs and the regrets and the it doesn't matter and what's the point. But what if instead we saw all of these options as possibilities? What if we approached our days with the thought that anything was possible? Literally anything. What choice would you make? Would you be more likely to attend that event, to apply for that job? Think about it. Watch this movie, read that book, and think about it a little bit. That's it for me. Tell me your thoughts on the multiverse below. I'm Sarah. This is Sarah Sanity. See you next time. Bye.
You want to know a great way of getting your adrenaline up before filming for the day? Drop your camera down the stairs.